fight with my nightmares. Bodies in the room, but I'm not there. I should feel more, but I don't care. Gripping this knife, but I'm not scared. Karma coming at me, kamikaze. Falling on my focus, feeling foggy. Guessing all my demons just caught me. Calling for my conscience, stop me. Another round, it's a vicious cycle. It's a long way down, looking down from the tightrope. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One more drink till I'm done. I just wanna have fun. I'm a burn like the sun. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. One last call and we're done. Now I'm back on the run. At least I'm not the only one. At least I'm not the only one. Dealing with the damage when the day ends. Pretending that I'm fine with my fake friends. Make another mess like it makes sense. Just another grave that I lay in. I keep on falling 6 feet deep. Dirt on my name, I can't clean. Whoa. Another round, it's a vicious cycle.
Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, brothers and sisters, friends and family. Welcome to another weekly buddy check-in with Project Refit. I hope everybody had a good Labor Day here on today's Labor Day. Hope everyone had a safe and enjoyable one. Please don't forget to check us out if you're watching us live on Facebook or any live social media platforms. Go over to projectrefit.us and take a look at the different programs we offer our veterans, first responders, and their families. And please don't forget to hit that little blue button at the top right-hand corner to donate. Become one of our monthly donors. $25 or more will get you a dog tag hung in our mobile command base. And if you have any questions for us, if you'd like to participate in any events or possibly join our refit team, hit that little blue button down at the bottom right-hand corner and open up the lines of communication with us. We do monitor all chats and everything. And I'm your host, Scotty, and my co-host is Bruno. We got Bird Dog with us tonight. Being Labor Day, I don't know how many participants we're going to get, but hey, we're here. We're always going to be front and center. Always got you six. So we're going to be here. So anybody needs to talk. So check us out. Drop us a DM. Drop us a line if you're watching us on any of the other platforms. We are monitoring all the different platforms tonight. With Labor Day, tonight we're just going to do an open forum because, being the holidays and everything. So let's talk about how we celebrated Labor Day. Me, actually, I did some labor. I worked on some projects I got going on with a side business I have and everything. So I've been working. Yeah, I didn't take the day off, but I've been chilled, taking my time doing things, getting progress done. So Bruno and Bird Dog, tell me what you guys did to celebrate Labor Day.
Well, I went to a birthday party for a 5-year-old. I did not try out the water slide.
Oh, why not, man? Those things are a bomb.
Yeah, I just decided that was not for me. But it was fun.
Yeah, I rent a water slide every 4th of July for the neighborhood, for my community that we live in when we do the 4th of July celebration. And I always get the real big slides, for the water slide and everything. We put baby soap shampoo on it so it's more slicker. Man, the kids, man, they just from sun up, man, they're knocking on my door. Like as soon as the sun rises, they're knocking on my door. Can you blow it up? Can you blow it? Can we go on? I'm like, guys, let me have my coffee first. Then I'll go ahead and turn it on. Man, they stay on that thing until the sun drops. So Bird Dog, what you got? What'd you do?
Well, I didn't really have the day off. I'm helping out part-time on the farm, right? So the cows don't really observe holidays. They still got to go on normal cycle. So
Yeah.
I worked and then got home, basically got cleaned up, got some lunch, and then my parents hit me with basically they wanted to help cleaning out one of their storage sheds. So that was pretty much my holiday.
Yeah. So I guess we all did work except for Bruno, and he didn't get to go on the water slide.
Yeah. I'm thinking I'm still like, around 260, so might not have been a good idea.
I wish I could have been there to film that if he did it. So what you guys got, man? Come on, let's talk about anything, man.
Um,
As long as it's not religion and it's not
Politics.
politics. Yeah.
So, uh, what I actually had something I was like thinking I wanted to talk about when I jumped on here, but I gotta give me a minute because I saw a squirrel and fuck those squirrels. You know what they do to me, man.
Yeah. I I tell you something I've been really absorbed in today. Um I don't know if it's crossing that line or it's really getting close to that line that we're not supposed to talk about with politics and stuff, but Colorado. Everybody been seeing what's going on in Colorado?
I haven't watched the news in I don't know how long.
Man, there's so much stuff all over TikTok and about what's going on in Colorado, the real truth, non-truth, you sidebar this, sidebar that, it's like uh has to do with the Hells Angels
Oh, huh.
going out to Aurora, Colorado. There's I guess some uh uh what is it? Ecuadorian or something gang took over some apartment buildings.
Oh yeah, I remember. Read that
Yeah,
they went in with uh
guns.
uh AR-15s, um or M16s possibly.
Yeah.
And the only thing I couldn't figure out is why the National Guard or police SWAT teams have not taken them all out yet.
There's a lot of controversy over why, how come, what for, but they say that the Hell's Angels are all heading west. Um, and then of course you get all these people on. They get on and they say, "Well, there's a motorcycle. I guess there's a rally going on right there in Colorado, also." So it's just you don't know what to believe. You know, it's just it's very shocking on what to believe and what not to believe right now. What the truth of actually is going on, and they say the police their hands are cuffed, and the mayor's like not in reality, or now all of a sudden it's reality because all this video is popping up with these gang members knocking on doors and kicking people out, and you know the attendants of the apartment complex are being evicted um, for one reason or it's just so many different stories of what's going on over there. You know, all I gotta say is God help them if HA is on its way out there to resolve the problem. You know, there's people, even residents in the town, are chasing off these gang members and stuff because they are very even I believe the mayor even made a statement that one whole apartment complex building has been overtaken by these gang members already, and they're trying to take over all of the apartment, the whole complex. It's all over. I don't know what to believe. I'm not going to speculate. I'm not going to assume. I guess time will tell, and as it unfolds, if one thing is true or not. You know,
Well, one thing I have learned over the past few years is you can only believe about 10% of whatever you see in the media anyway.
Yeah. Which I agree.
Well, so I did kind of remember there's two sort of, I guess, challenges that I faced this week.
Okay.
Uh, First challenge be basically, let me say this, people people around me stressing about things that I'm like, "R- really? That you're gonna stress out about that?" I I I don't know. You think about just some of the stuff that we've, been through in our military experience and everything like that. It's sort of like, I mean, I think we can all take quite a bit before we really feel that stress going on.
Yeah.
Um, and um, some people out here in the real, or in the real world, they don't do that very well.
You mean they don't handle the stress level like a veteran or a first responder does?
No, I'm just sitting there kind of like even keel, like laughing at what's going on, almost laughing at what's going on. Like, you know what? Hey, it's okay. We're gonna be fine. But uh, they're in like panic mode.
I would happen to agree with that. That veterans and first responders, their level of stress that they can tolerate is the utmost. The range is out there, because of the different scenarios our training puts us through. I guess that's part of think about it. It's part of our training, because we got to be able to deal and work under stress, diverse situations and conditions. Um, it's like like the reason why I say all that is because it's like my I live in a military community right here in the 17 homes that I live in around in my small community. And one of the neighbors of mine, he is a civilian, he's ex-DEA. Um, he just goes, he's like he doesn't understand how with this 102-degree weather, humidity. I mean, it's complete. I'm like, look like I jumped out of a pool and I'm still doing, and I'm still moving, still going full force, not letting out at all. And he's like, how the hell do you do that? It's just years of doing it. So it's like, he said, man, I gotta get in the AC. I gotta sit in the shade. I got, whatever. So I said, do your thing, boo. Yeah.
Right.
A lot of times we deal with things and then it hits us later.
Oh yeah. Like when we retire and
Yeah.
don't do it
Yeah.
anymore. That's when it all starts catching up to us. I think it's like a freaking freight train.
Yeah, because you're not dealing with it a little bit at a time as it happens. You're dealing with it as everything all at once.
Right. It's almost like, look, airborne qualified, I get on my roof, man. I'm like, oh my God, am I afraid of heights now?
I've
It's
always been
like,
afraid of heights, so
I mean, it's like, come on. I'm like, what the, I say to my Scotty, what the hell's wrong with you, man?
Hmm.
You know, Never been afraid of heights. Now it's like, but it's funny that you mentioned that, Bruno, that all of a sudden, it hits us all at once. Um, Dealing with my PTSD from my accident, everything, I found out something. I identified a trigger that I never knew I had. Um, I was sitting in my garage and I was working, and I live around all these military bases around. Helicopters are all flying, C-130s, the gunships at the target range. You hear it all night long, all day long. You hear it, you know. But but I was sitting in my garage, and I'm almost embarrassed to even say this, but a helicopter was flying, a military helicopter, okay, a Black Hawk was flying really low over my house. Immediately triggered me, and it put me right back to my accident of that Black Hawk coming to pick me up. I found myself in the corner of my garage, almost in a fetal fucking position. And it's like, my wife came out and she said, "Are you okay?" And I identified it was that freaking chopper. I mean, they fly over my house all the time, really high. It doesn't bother me, but it was really low this time. It just immediately snapped me into a freaking realm that I was like, I didn't know how to get out of it. It scared the shit out of me.
Oh,
And now I think to myself, am I afraid of helicopters now?
It wasn't the helicopter, it was the memory it brought back.
I know, but think about it, Bruno. If I want to go on a helicopter ride, the thing is down on the ground. Woof, 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 woof. You know what I'm saying? It's like, am I going to be able to get in it? I don't know. I guess that's a challenge that I need to work to see what happens. I can probably go out to the sixth ranger group out here, get with a couple of my ranger buddies that are instructors out there, and say, hey, look, man, I got to work through some trauma. I got to work through this. But it's just something. It's just all these years, you know. I've been around helicopters. Of course, they're really high in the sky, and it doesn't bother me. But this one, I swear to God, this thing was like 30 feet above my house, and it was flying tree line. And I was like, immediately, it triggered something, man. I don't know what that. I guess I'll have to talk to my therapist about it. But it scared the shit out of me.
well, it's good that you identified it.
I,
But you'll get on the helicopter when you get the chance.
I don't know, man.
Listen, I am deathly afraid of heights. I shake having to stand on a chair and change a light bulb. But I'll go up in a bucket off a fire truck if I have to take pictures. I mean, I won't do it for free, but I'll do it. And I'll be green when I get down, but I'll do it.
Yeah.
The only time I really don't like it is sometimes when they realize that you are like up there doing something, they kind of take their time getting you down.
Mess with
But
you a little bit, right?
well, I can't really even say something because if the shoe was on the other foot, I'd do it.
Okay. Yeah. Typical military and first responder humor.
I was supposed to go up in a bucket off a fire truck to take pictures of everything on the ground. They had like a whole display, and they found out I was afraid of heights. So when I went to get in the bucket, they said, "Oh no, you can't use the bucket." I said, "Oh, okay." I said, "I'll do it from the ground." They said, "Oh no, the bucket hit something, and it's got to be recertified before you can get in it." So we brought a harness, and they hung me underneath the bucket in a harness.
Oh my God.
Wow. Bruno, I got one word for you. Drones.
You know, I got like two or three of them things floating around. One of them I finally got rid of because I have never been able to do anything but fly them into the floor or into the ceiling.
They do have I think they actually have like pilots drone pilots like certifications you can get.
Yeah, somebody told me unless you're willing to spend the money to get an expensive one that pretty much just flies itself.
Actually, speaking of which, bird dog, there's a guy over here in Pensacola, Florida,
Uh,
down here where I live in Florida. He's given free drone classes and certification.
really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
But you got to be a veteran or first responder
Right.
to get the free classes.
And you got to be in Pensacola.
Well, yeah, but I'm only 15 miles away from Pensacola.
Do you have any idea how long those that is?
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Give me some info. Let me know. I have some people who might be interested.
All right. I can find out. I can do the research on it. Matter of fact, my ranger buddy across the street was telling me about it. Or my guy, retired Air Force senior master sergeant.
Okay.
He's like,
It's
hey,
I went I forget where it was to buy something. And there was like three or four people ahead of me, and the first guy is ahead of me, and he asked about a veteran's discount, and the cashier said, "Do you have any ID on you?" And the guy goes, "Oh yeah," and he took out and showed him his VA card. He gave him his discount. The next guy said, "Yeah, I'm a vet myself," and he said, "And I'm a Marine too." And the guy said, "Well, do you have any ID?" He said, "Yeah," and he showed him, and they gave him the discount. Next guy comes up, I'm an Army vet. Do you have any ID? Yeah, gave him the discount. I get up, I said, "I'm an Air Force vet." He said, "Okay," and he just gave it to me. I said, "Aren't you going to ask for my ID?" He says, "Nobody lies about being in the Air Force."
that's funny. That's funny. That is funny. Oh heck.
Wait, is that a real story or is that like a joke?
It's a joke.
Oh, okay.
It's a joke.
Yeah, nobody lies about being in the Air Force. Yeah, that's the truth. That's why
They,
it's so funny.
they don't lie about being in the Marines either, but for different reasons.
No, there's people out there. There's a girl that got uh convicted of stolen valor, saying that she was in the Marines. And she never was. She got convicted. She was getting all kinds of money and everything, for for trying to get all the veteran, grants and funds and donations, and she got busted, man. She was never in the Marines, and she got hit with stolen valor.
Hmm.
Well, I'll tell you what, we go out, we don't go out to eat a lot, but when we go out to eat, I always ask about a veteran's discount. And if they ask for ID, I put the entire veterans discount in the tip.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh, that's a what they usually give you, what, 10%?
10%. I mean, is that $5 isn't going to make or break me.
Yeah. I me,
But I figure if they're going the extra step to make sure I actually am a vet and not just going, "Oh yeah, okay,"
yeah.
I just throw it in with the tip.
Yeah, when I go out to dinner, man, I'm a heavy tipper, man. Especially if that waitress or the waiter gives us good service and they're always prompt, they're always checking on us, making sure our meal's right, drinks are always filled. If that waiter or waitress is on spot, man, I'm telling you, she's getting at least a 50% rate tip. I'm a heavy tipper, because I know they don't make a whole lot. I went to Outback Steakhouse one time, and I had my steak, but my New York strip a certain way, and man, let me tell you something. That freaking line cook that cooked my steak, man, I was like, oh my god, it was perfect. The thing just melted in my mouth, and I asked for the manager. I asked the manager, I said, can the guy that cooked my steak, can he come? Can I talk to him? He's like, yeah, give me a minute. And then, of course, a few minutes went by. Restaurant was pretty busy. I was like, yeah, yeah. So I got up and walked towards the kitchen, and I asked for the cook. I gave him $100 tip, man. I was like, dude,
Wow.
don't stop doing what you're doing, man. I'm telling you, man. It's like I don't know when I go out to dinner, man. It's just if it's perfect, you know, I just I just like showing my gratitude for it, saying thank you. At least they didn't spit in my food.
That's always a big one.
Yeah, I've tipped waitresses $100 just because they're just on spot, man. You know,
Well, I can only think of one time in my entire life when I did not leave a tip. And a group of us were at a retreat, and we went to this uh, restaurant, and it was the worst. This waitress did not get anybody's order right. Like nobody got the right sides. No, I asked for a steak, medium rare, and Aaron's on Chief Master Sergeant. Is on Facebook.
there you go.
And
We should get him to join us in a Zoom.
she gives it to me, and it's like well done, the wrong sides and everything else. And I looked at the steak. I said, that is not medium. And she said, well, your wife likes it that way. And I said, excuse me? She says, I heard your wife say she likes them that way. I said, you better hope my wife's leaving you a tip then. And my wife got mad because I would not. I said, no, I'm not leaving a tip. That was the absolute worst service I have ever gotten. And like, not even an apology. I'm having a bad day. Nothing. It's like, live with it. So yeah, there
Bruno,
were no.
tell the chief, Navy chief, to come in and join us on the Zoom.
It's got to be got Jeremy on too.
Yeah, that's not Jeremy.
Okay. I didn't know.
How was your Labor Day, Jeremy?
Another day that ends in Y. I can't tell the differentiation between the yesterday and today.
I feel like that sometimes.
Yeah, send him. He's ready for the link, Bruno.
Yeah, now I got to find it. Here we go.
I'm not that tech savvy to be able to find the link myself.
Well, we'll wait until after he joins, but later on we can talk about my other challenge too if you want.
Okay.
He should be in. He should be in shortly. So go ahead. What's your other challenge, Sean?
Uh, um, trust. Trust.
That's a tough one.
Yeah. So kind of in both ways, right? Like trusting people. I tend to trust people too quickly and too much.
Oh, what did I do?
No, it wasn't you, Scotty. And then, kind of the opposite way, like when I don't know, when you kind of feel like,
Oh, there he is.
what's going on, Aaron?
How you doing,
Hey,
brother?
how's everybody doing? It's good to see you guys.
Good, brother.
Good.
Good.
You in the
Yeah,
States or overseas yet?
I am. I've been in the States since December, living in
Wow.
Kingman area. I make it to California a lot to stop in at Warrior Built and the PTSD Foundation, Southern California, and just help the combat vets out in a lot of different ways. And I still do my podcast, Combat Vet Vision. Moved it to Instagram, but doing a lot. It's good to see Project Refit just popping on here. I just was scrolling through. I didn't know you guys were live, and I just clicked on it. Saw you guys
Yeah.
pulling live.
Come on, man. Every Monday night I do a slide.
Hey, it's good. It's good. Yeah, you know, I I try to stay in tune, but I'm usually so busy. It's really hard to keep up with everything, including myself. So,
Yeah, because I've been
but I
I've been
blended
meaning.
everything into my life. And
Yeah, because I've been meaning to join your Zoom calls every Tuesday. You know, because I still get the link and everything. Because I'm in your DM chat.
yeah, I see your posts sometimes, and feel free to post anything that pops up that you want to put out there, man. Put it out there so the veterans can see it. It's really good. I'm doing a lot with Recon Chief as well.
Yeah.
That's a organization getting ready to do a whole bunch of support for not only veterans but organizations that are helping veterans. So that's going to be a really cool conceptual thing coming up with races included, a whole racetrack series kind of thing, and
Yeah.
encompassing like everybody under kind of an umbrella of help and support. Just wanted to buy a building in San Diego and then really kind of bring in all those nonprofits that are in the San Diego area to allow them to have a cheap place to have a spot and do some stuff with everything that they got. And it makes for a central location where a lot of veterans can get support in one area without having to run all over the place, and keeps us meeting and doing stuff. So a lot of really good things in the horizon. Always good to see what you guys are doing as well. Project Refit is just an outstanding deal to get everybody talking and doing stuff too. Yeah, my word group on Tuesday nights at 7:30 to 8:30. Pre-groups at 7, goes to after group as well. There's a couple guys that'll hold that down. And yeah, it's just awesome to see all the work and everybody. How's everybody doing in here?
Good, man.
Good.
Labor Day, you know.
Hey, Aaron, so I'm hoping that I'm gonna kind of see you here frequently because, I'd love to have some Navy brethren on here so I don't, have to be a minority around here.
Yeah, I always see what you're doing with this honor box too. It's really that's really cool. I sometimes see your work and I try to promote it. I put it on a lot of things. And I get in here. I know I'm in the Navy as a Navy corpsman chief, but all my time was really spent with the Marine Corps. So I don't know that much about the Navy, but I know a lot more about the Marine Corps than I do in the Navy. So I have more time in the Marine Corps than some Marines, but I just but then
Okay.
there's Marines that have more time in the Navy than I do, as far as beat counter time and all that good stuff. But no, it's good. It's good to be in here and see what you guys are doing. And I try to promote a lot of this stuff. Another organization that I wanted to just kind of throw out there real quick that's really doing some stuff is I don't know if you guys have heard of QRFup.com, but they are basically a first responder kind of deal. They have an app that's you can download now that just came out like just a couple of weeks ago that they've been working on extensively, but they really are doing a lot in Minnesota. But if you get on that app and you kind of apply, there's an SOS button on there where you'll actually be directed to talk to a healthcare provider immediately to talk down.
That's QRF.com.
It's QRFup.com.
Oh, QRF.
And they're going nationwide. I want to say in November, and they're actually looking for a lot of help and sponsorship and support for that support. But they have that app that has that SOS button, which is really cool. And it automatically says if it's an emergency, call 911. But for those that just really need to talk to somebody right off the bat, just to keep them from the suicidal trail or whatever they're going to do, it's just really going to be an important kind of thing. think they're doing some really good work, and they promote a lot of nonprofit orgs and a lot of people that are doing some really good stuff. So if you get a chance, hit them up and just kind of take a look. And I mean, I'm always dealing with so many organizations that are doing some incredible things. And when I think about it, or if someone asks me, where does this support come from? If I have the answer, I try to steer it in that direction for sure.
All right,
Nice.
Aaron, I guess you and I definitely need to hook up then, because you sound about as busy as I try to be at times. So are you on socials? Are you on LinkedIn, Facebook? What's the best way to contact you?
Yeah, I'm everywhere. I also have an office space, and I've been asking if you guys want to jump in. I can send an email. Send me your email, and I will get you guys into verbella.com, which has a virtual office. And that virtual office space that's being collected, it's actually ran by an Air Force veteran that actually is training guys for job opportunities and stuff like that. But he's building basically a veteran community inside there, so it kind of gives you kind of another outlet to kind of pop into if you want, or
this is like metaverse kind of thing.
It's totally a metaverse, and he's in there. James Beal, he's in there a lot. And you can pop in there and he'll be like, yeah, I'm just doing my work in here. And he's working on aircraft mechanic stuff and aircraft frame stuff and a whole bunch of different aircraft testing for flying and different types of quality controls on aircrafts and stuff. But he's teaching that. He has free classes for our veterans. But on top of that, he's always in there to kind of steer you in the right direction. He'll give you an office space. So you go into this big giant office and it's like a whole office complex with your artwork up, and when you go inside your office, your website pops up. So it kind of is a great place to advertise your stuff, but it's a great place to send veterans in to say, hey, if you want to move in this direction or you want to learn something this way, this is what's going on for the aviation side of things. It's kind of a rad place. So yeah, I'm involved in a lot. I do a lot, and but for the most part, I blend it in with my life. This is my life. It's not something that I don't do every day, is to reach out and talk to combat vets all day, and to go to meetings and talk to different organizations and different committee meetings that are supporting our veterans throughout the Southern California area and other places. I'm also involved in a study that I'm working on for PTSD and how the effects are on our combat vets and stuff like that. I have a couple of things that I'll be asking for some people to join me in October.
That office space that you were talking about, is that the emails that you sent me?
I think I did. You get a Verbella email and basically says, hey, download this.
Yeah.
A video game like setup on your computer, but it's really not a video game. It's an actual workspace where you can actually go in there and do so many things. I mean, if you've played video games at any time, it'll take you about 15 minutes to kind of get tuned up on it and then kind of have a working knowledge. But the tools that you have in there allow you to actually, you can record video in there, you can do a bunch of stuff, and then you can actually put it out on here from the Verbella, platform of looking like kind of a cartoon character, but at the same time, you can record yourself on your screen inside your office if you're doing the video piece there, and you can move your avatar around while you're talking in front of people. I don't know. There's a lot of really cool tools in there, but it's everything you do on your computer, you can show to somebody. Or if you wanted somebody to click on something, you can sit in your office with them, have them in your office. They can click on it and help, sign some documents or fill out, get you the information you need for, maybe you just need to know that they're a veteran and you're trying to go through some of those things. So
nice.
A lot of really cool tools to that. But on top of that, you can run into people throughout the other office spaces or just the general space, which is like an island college campus. And there's people in there that just pop in there because they're wanting to explore it and actually see what it does. You meet people from all over the world and you meet people what they're doing, and you could stop them and say, hey, why do you use Verbella? What are you up to? What exactly are you trying to do? And there's a lot of entrepreneurism going on in there, and just a whole bunch of different categories. It's not for everybody, and it's not really to the point where I would say, when you go down the street and you drive past all these shops and they all have labels on them, they all have like purpose, and you're going to go in there for whatever purpose. I'm I'm hoping at some point they have it set up to where you can have your office space, but they have an expo place where you can go into that expo place and see everybody's stuff and walk up to people and be like, hey man, what are you doing? What is this organization? How does that work? And how does that coincide with things? It's pretty cool. But they do have a place called the Mind Wellness Gym, or I think it's called something gym, but it's a gym for the brain. And it actually, you can go up to all the little kiosks that are really like an expo hall, and different things are in there, different programs to help you with your mindset, help you with your PTSD, help you understand the brain's, functions and different things. So really a lot of cool stuff.
That's cool. I'm gonna have to check that out. Bird Dog, you're gonna check it out, right? You're gonna hook us up on Arnabox, get us a little office in there.
Yeah, definitely. You know what? And James Bill will definitely give you an office spot. I just need you to send you the code to get into that office space. And when you do that, up in the top right, the left corner, there's a blue box up there, and it's like a go-to menu, and it has some different other options. But one of them is go to private office space. When you go to that private office space, it says, hey, put this, but James Bill will send out an email to you that says, hey, download this. Here's the code to the office space, and then he'll give you an office space inside that, and you can decorate it. You can put some artwork on the outside. You can put a sticky note up there with your contact info. If somebody pops into the office and they want to call you, or there's some really cool options that I use it for. But mainly because James Beal is in there trying to help veterans by the aviation side of things. I think that's a huge piece, job opportunity wise. I mean, the other thing I'm involved with is the Ferrari Challenge. I don't know if you've seen some of my stuff on that, but that allowed for some of our combat vets. We got selected by MG1 Motorsports. Said, hey, we want a couple combat vets to come and build a tent system or be part of a liaison program to get across to everybody that veterans are dealing with stuff, and on top of that, build this office, this giant tent system that they have surround their semi truck, so that they can have they got like a 10-man team of Ferrari racers that do their stuff, and then they go out and race on the track. But it's a pretty elaborate build that we're doing, and it takes a week every month of the summer. So I got the next one the 9th through the 16th September. I'll be up there for that. Just working with some combat vets to build these tent systems, and then just some great opportunities out there. I also have an opportunity if you want to be a heavy equipment operator. I have a recruiter that will send you out to Long Beach and get into that school. And it's what is your passions in life? What are you going to be able to do? How are you going to be able to navigate something and still be able to work somewhat, or part-time or full-time? Or there's some great opportunities out there. And Graystar is another great deal. Graystar helps the PTSD Foundation out. It's one of the biggest sponsors that they have, but they have a program where they'll send you through their school in a couple different places across the U.S. But coming out of that school, you basically know how to basically work for an apartment complex and change light bulbs and work on AC, do some minor repairs on drywall and different things like that. But once you go through that school, come out and you get like a mini job fair, and can end up getting a job where you're just doing these maintenance programs, and then maybe down the line having your own apartment complex or having your own apartment building space where you don't have to pay rent on it because you're part of this doing this stuff. So really cool things for our veterans. I'm always trying to put this stuff out there, but I put it across my network, but not everybody grabs a hold of it, because we all have to find our passions and directions, pathways, and what those pathways look like to you may not be the same as me, but at least I have some of these pathways pretty well paved in some directions. And that's what I'm doing. So sorry about all the chatter. I'm trying to rip through it real quick so you guys can have a chance.
Yeah, you're good. You're good. This is good info, man.
It's great to be here with you guys. If you have any questions, anything that I can, back brief on, or if you guys want some clarity on anything, hit me up. Definitely.
Yeah. Hey, Bird Dog, I just want to let you know his chat is called the Warrior Group.
Okay. Well, I already hit you up on LinkedIn, sent you connection request, and then apparently we were already friends on Facebook, so I sent you a DM. Let's sync up and talk about some stuff.
Definitely, anytime. I appreciate it. I always like to help out where I can.
So how'd you spend your Labor's Day, Chief?
Really, man, I spent it. I've been hitting the gym a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of things, but the gym's closed today, and I've really been watching on Netflix Star Trek Prodigy, and just ripping through all these different Star Trek Prodigy shows. So
Did they do the second
I kind of been
season
really
yet?
kind of take. I don't. Yeah. Second season's in Netflix, so I'm on Netflix, and I hope they do a third season because the show's really kind of caught my interest in just passing through it. But I really get you also want to live life. You want to enjoy some things. So I'm gonna end up going for a walk here in a little bit, but that's my day with all my injuries. I just so you know, I was 3 times to Iraq, blown up in 2006 from a mortar round. Enemy mortar round came in. I was a part of a MIT team that was embedded with the Iraqi military, helped them take over their country, and they had these teams, advisor teams all over the place. But I got hit with a mortar round, and 19 Iraqis got injured, a couple Americans, and including myself. But I took the brunt of it with my talus bone getting broke, 90% of my tendons and ligaments, my right ankle being destroyed or damaged. So I have to modify my workouts because everything's painful, and I got altered neural sensation in my thighs and my upper arms and different things of that nature. A hernia that was repaired but gave way, so I got to hopefully get that readdressed. Come later on this September, I'm gonna go try to get that fixed again, and then just probably shrapnel injuries and stuff like that. But it's one of those things that I try to do the best with what I got, and I have to modify my workouts and doing a lot of different stretchings now. And I get worried about massaging certain areas because there's a lot of shrapnel in the areas. So I don't know. It's just a lot of altered processes to get things done in life. And sometimes my ankle slows me down. I have to wear special shoes all the time and make sure that when my shoe starts breaking down, I definitely got to change it up and do a whole bunch of stuff, and so it's a never ending battle. And, I'll work out real hard for a while, and then my ankle will be jacked up, and I won't work out hard for a while. And but I'm swimming a lot, swimming 500, 600 meters a day, doing some incredible stuff. And it's feeling great. And now I'm eating really good. My wife's got me on a great eating stuff. And
I seen the
I'm losing about
I seen your
half a
pictures while
pound a
you're
day.
traveling.
Yeah. So, and it really helps because that Ferrari challenge, you gotta, man, I was not prepared for the first one of that for sure, because I was like, dude, I really got to get in shape for this, so yeah, it was good stuff.
All right, good deal.
I do things slower, but I still try to do things in life. And I don't want to go to the cane yet. I'm fighting that all the time. And so, yeah.
It's not that bad.
Good stuff.
And
yeah. But I am 20 pounds lighter over the last 4 months. So
yeah, the upside is if somebody gives you a hard time, you can always smack them with the cane.
Yeah. You know what? It was weird because I was in a word group on Tuesday a couple of weeks ago, and a buddy of mine that was dealing with stuff, he's like, you know what, a cane can save your life. And he's like, let me give you an example. He was dealing with sight issues, and he ended up in a position where he should have had his cane, but because he didn't, he was looking at somebody wrong because he was trying to focus on them, and ended up in a position where he was almost going to get really beat up. But had he had his cane, he says, hey man, nobody wants to, get in a fight with a crippled. They defend the crippled, but, the mob mentality breaks down, and it kind of goes into this thing. And I was like, wow, I never looked at it like that. But, it's not always used as a weapon, but as a source of like, hey, you know what? I'm jacked up, and, somebody will be like, well, we got to help this crippled guy instead of we got to beat this crippled guy because we don't know he's crippled. But yeah, it's kind of interesting stuff.
Well, Sean Scott, welcome. Joining us tonight, brother. How was your Labor Day?
It wasn't bad. Pretty uneventful. I I smoked cigars, went to car washes that weren't open, and had Chinese food. So
Okay.
yeah. Nah, today's been a good day. It's
Good.
been a good weekend. My brother-in-law was up from South Carolina, so I got to spend time with him.
Nice.
So, but
That's a good deal, man. You guys don't forget to check the chat. Chief dropped something in there for us. Hey, once again, my name is Scotty. I'm your host tonight with Project Refit Weekly Buddy Check-In. So if you're watching this live on Facebook or any other social media platforms, please go over to projectrefit.us and take a look at the different programs we offer our veterans, first responders, and their families. And please don't forget to hit that little blue button at the top right-hand corner. Become a donor. Being a monthly donor, $25 or more will get you a dog tag hung in our command mobile base. And if you have any questions or you want to participate in any event that Project Refit's getting involved in, or you want to join our Project Refit family, don't forget to hit that little blue button down at the bottom right-hand corner. Chat, open up that lines of communication with us, and we'll be more than happy to, go down those trails with you. Because hey, everybody's in the mud. We're going to be in the mud with you. We'll pull you out of the mud because we got you six here at Project Refit. So here we are with our weekly buddy check-in. We got some participants tonight, and tonight we're just doing an open mic type of deal. With being Labor Day, not I didn't anticipate this many participants tonight because it being a holiday. But hey, we got an open mic, so if you got any questions or anything you'd like to talk to us about, go ahead, drop us a message on any one of the platforms. Guys, what you got, man? Talk to me, baby.
Chief,
I missed-
when were you in Iraq?
Did you ask me if I was in Iraq? Yeah, I was in Iraq three times.
When were you
I was there
in Iraq?
in the initial push, 2003, 2004, and then 2006.
When, if you don't mind me asking, when in 06 did things happen?
April 27th, 2006. That's when I got hit, and then my process back took a few days, but made it all the way back to San Diego and was one of the first patients in the C5 Naval Hospital there in San Diego, and then went to Wounded Warrior Battalion West, and I was patient/staff there for the rest of my career. Luckily, the Navy let me stay for another 5 years, and then I retired in 2011.
Were you flown out of Balad? Do you remember
I was.
or no?
Yeah, I was flown out. Yeah, I went to Balad. Actually, when I went into Balad was actually taking rounds when I got there, or when I was there, and they had to put a blast blanket over me while they're waiting for the medevac to take place. And I mean, you could hear explosions in the background during that time frame too, and it was like, man,
Well, it was known as Margaritaville.
No matter where I was.
It was known as Moderator. I was there. We were told about you when you were brought in via 9 line. The hospital was opposite side of the flight line from where the 101st Aviation Task Force or 159th Aviation Task Force was stationed, opposite the Air Force. We got told all about you.
Wow, it was me and one other guy, but I think me, I was probably the worst off, but I wouldn't have made it any other war. But luckily, to the speed and the training technology that we have, luckily I'm still here.
Yeah, I was in Iraq 03, 04, 03 to 04 for 13 months, and then 05 to 06 for 12 months with the 101st.
Wow.
I didn't get shot or blown up. I just presented ill.
Ah,
Yeah,
wow.
they fought whether or not to send me back to the United States, but they kept me around due to they needed the DOT guy to fill out the paperwork for port operations.
Dang. Yeah, there's always that. I mean, we had another one of our MIT team members. He got sick too. He got appendicitis and had to get pulled out for a while, and then finally came back to us. So, yeah, illness
See,
is
now
probably the number one
one thing that
issue
you would
in
understand
combat.
is, do you remember what a DD 600 is?
I do not. No.
Your field medical form. The one that
Oh,
goes
okay.
your
The
medic,
one,
just the basic field medical form that they write their notes, do your
yeah, it's like
triage and all that on.
it's like a pad of paper with a wire attached to it.
Damn near.
It comes with like like 3 copies. One you send with the patient, one you keep.
Yep.
And you wire the piece to the uniform.
Starting,
I think they
you were
in Vietnam too, right?
You were there in 2006, April. In August of 2006, DoD instruction of how to handle that form upon redeployment was to omit any field medical form DD 600 that showed signs or symptoms of caustic corrosive chemical environmental exposure to prevent a tainted survey group for later, due to you, me, and everybody before us presenting up with respiratory and rash issues.
Yeah, I had some rash issues on the back.
Do you know
of
what
my
it was
neck
called
and
back
then-
in the 90s?
I do not.
In 1990, in the 90s, it was called Gulf War Syndrome. Post our deployments, mine and yours specifically, it was per December of 2006, relabeled burn pits.
Yeah, relabeled burn pits. Right.
Right, but burn pits weren't authorized for usage until 2001, weren't put into operation until April of 2004. First rotation in 2003 to 2004, we followed the DoD hand manual of how to conduct field deployments. Burn pits were not a part of it.
Right.
Yeah, that's the part I've been trying to point out for a few years now. Due to, you can't go from one to the next without cleaning the environment first. And I'm pretty sure that entire peninsula has been waging war and not cleaning anything since before the Bible was written.
Exactly. And we were dealing with burn. I mean, we had burn pits in 2003 when we first pushed through there.
Well, no, you had segregated burning and trash refuse burial and separate biologics. Everything was separated per the manual.
True.
Kellogg's, Brown and Root came in with a memo written by Congress to throw out the manual and do as they were told.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that took all the waste and toxins that they experienced in the 90s from just being there. It brought it into camp. Because you've got to think that peninsula is occupied with over The indigenous population of that peninsula is over 190 million people and haven't figured out indoor plumbing or recycling or waste management outside of what, 5 locations along the east coast of the peninsula or west coast. Israel, Palestine, only in certain spots. The rest of the country doesn't know what indoor plumbing is.
Yeah.
But they know what bleach, chlorine, sulfur, oil, gasoline, they know what all the chemicals are because they're everywhere.
Right.
Mix them together,
Yeah.
you get sarin gas.
Okay. Well, we had Ray pop in. Ray, how you doing tonight, buddy?
Chilling.
Chilling? How was your Labor Day, brother? What'd you do?
A whole lot of nothing. I got my ass ready to start school tomorrow. Big day.
Big day?
Yeah, I'm excited. I got my new outfit. I didn't get a haircut, but I cleaned up like my beard a little bit. You know, just getting ready to be all proper.
We got a U.S. Navy chief with us that spent a lot of time with the Marine Corps
Oh, boy.
tonight. Aaron.
So he's seen some stuff.
The bend and reach.
Hey, what's up, everybody? How's everyone doing?
I'm doing good.
Good, Ray. You know what? I'm doing much better now that Ray's on.
We got a lot of the usual suspects here.
Yeah.
Wait, I gotta ask Sean. What's the ready for the fall? Is that like ready for the season fall, or I hope, right?
No.
The season. The season. I'm just ready.
Done with the hot weather, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay. Hey Ray, I heard you're gonna be at that golf outing.
Yeah, later in the evening. So I don't know what's going on with school as of yet, right? I'm still kind of settling into the schedule. Tomorrow is officially the first stage of the orientation. But I'm gonna bounce out of school as soon as I can and then head that way. Yeah.
I was gonna try to come up for that golf outing, but I don't think I'm gonna be able to make it.
I'll see you there, Ray.
Awesome.
Okay, I'll probably catch you on the next rebound, man.
I don't know what that means.
On the next event, man. The next event.
Dude, do something in Florida. Make everybody come down.
I've been trying to get everybody to come to Florida, but hey,
Where are you in Florida?
Panhandle.
Pensacola.
So like the Gulf?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, the Gulf. I'm like between Pensacola and Fort Walton Beach.
So are you closer to Alabama than you are to Miami?
Yes.
Got it.
Like
Damn.
an hour north of me, Alabama state line.
Got it. All right, so you're like inland. You're not at the coast, are you?
Yeah, I'm right off the coast, man.
I gotta get
Dude,
a map.
the beach is like 5 minutes from my house.
Yeah, that's dope. How's the weather been? Like it's like, it gets a little funky this time of year.
Well,
But
it's
more so on the
it's
East Coast, probably, right?
yeah, no, I'm on it's mostly on the East Coast, yeah, the funky weather, but it's like 102 with the humidity,
Ooh.
103. So
Hey, Scotty, is there any surfing down there?
yeah.
All right, so let's just make it official. I'll send the adoption papers down.
102 and humidity. That sounds terrible.
Yeah, but dude, you hit the beach, man. We'll hit the boards, go out, do some surfing, man.
I'm powering up the computer. I gotta look at a map.
Man, we got white beaches. That's how nice it is.
Surprised you're not live streaming on the beach, dude.
Matter of fact, maybe I'll do that next week. Live stream on the beach. I think we lost him. Oh,
The heck just happens? It looks like somebody's in an RV.
that's Aaron. That's Chief.
You chilling in an RV right now? You're in a toy huddle? What do you got going on?
Yeah, no, I'm living in an RV at my mom's place in Kingman, Arizona right now.
That's dope.
Yeah, just saving up for a house and be moving to Las Vegas here January, February timeframe.
Oh,
We're
so
at Vegas.
you coming back to Conus then, huh?
Well, I've been in the U.S. since December, but
Yeah, but you were overseas though. Last time you and I talked.
yeah, I was in Poland for 2 years, and then prior to that, I met my wife and we dated for a year and a half before the Russian war, and I was in Ukraine, 40 miles from the border in Sumy. Right now, Sumy's getting hit a lot lately. But as soon as the war started, we left and went to Poland for 2 years and went back to Ukraine to get married. And then we came back in December. So I've almost been married now for 2 years. It'll be 2 years in June.
Nice.
Wow.
Nice. Congratulations.
All right.
Have you already found a house in the valley, or are you
We're
still
looking
looking around?
No, we're looking in Henderson, doing some stuff, and I gotta wait to sell a house in Arkansas, and then I'll be using that to buy my house in Henderson.
Scotty, what town did you say?
Okay.
I live in the town called Navarre. Navarre.
God, that's a good spot, dude.
Man, you gotta live the salt life, baby.
All right.
And Chief, if you're looking at Henderson, I live 1.1 miles away from Green Valley Ranch,
I saw Panama.
if you know where that is at.
Cool. Yeah, I've been looking in that area too, so I am familiar with that.
What was that, Ray?
I got excited when I started looking at the Panhandle. I'm like, wait a minute, I've been to Panama City Beach, but I didn't know that it was where it is. That was a weird time in my life.
Yeah, Panama City is about an hour east of me.
All right. So you take the Destin Airport, or you fly out somewhere else?
I either fly out of Destin Airport or Pensacola. Now, Destin right there, that's Crab Island. That's Party Central, baby. Matter of fact, I'm going to Crab Island this coming up Sunday. We got about 6 pontoon boats going.
Yeah, why is there not a refit thing at Scotty's house?
Hey, man, I've been trying.
I'll spearhead.
I got a bunch of Mason brothers that own charters down here that we can get free charters. He'll take us out deep sea fishing, everything, scuba diving, everything.
Wait, where's the Iowa retreat is happening spring, right? I just moved back here a month ago, Scotty. You're behind the power curve, man. Where's the Pensacola retreat?
I'm in the works with James. We're trying to work something out because he likes the idea of going deep sea fishing. There's a lot of things to do down here, man. We go scuba diving.
I did enough
Dude,
of that.
you know I love diving. Oh, no, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ray.
Yeah, no, I've done enough fishing. I'm good with that. I'll stay on the land. I'll get jacked up.
Beach volleyball, everything, man.
I'll get my sea legs a different way.
Chief, I gotta hear how you met your wife in Ukraine. Is it PG enough for stream, Facebook stream?
You know what? I started just having a conversation with her because she was a broadcaster. I do my podcast, and she was doing some broadcasting, and we just grew kind of a cool friendship for about a year and a half, and then had my first date with her in Turkey. Went down to Turkey because Ukrainians can't necessarily fly everywhere in the Schengen area that everybody else can. So ended up being a really cool time. And then came back, and then I decided, hey, you know what? I'm gonna go to Ukraine and hang out with her and date her and do all this cool stuff. And Ukraine was super awesome, and it was like really cool to see how they're very, they're very smart people. They have a lot of loving, caring, family orientated lifestyle. Everybody dresses real nice. Poverty level, you just do not see too many people on drugs and alcohol having all kinds of problems. Homeless people, maybe 15 whole time I was there in the year and a half I was there. But everybody's walking, working, doing their thing, getting on buses. You don't really need a vehicle because the way everything was going. But the infrastructure was growing, getting really nice. And I think you look at what Russia has done. I couldn't believe that they would attack this country that basically was just saying, "Hey, we want to be ourselves. We want to, make our priorities what they are." And then, the day of the war, everybody's hitting me up at 5 a.m. I wake up and I look at my phone and everybody's like, "Chief, you got to get out of there, man. The Russians are coming." So we had everything ready, man. I was like ready all the time because I was like, "Hey, they can attack anytime. Let's make sure the car's full of fuel." We had cash on hand and everything. So, yeah, man, we slapped everything together and just got out of there. I mean, my apartment was $250 a month. It overlooked like a really nice kind of street in the town that right across was a mall, and I got to see that. It had a really nice karaoke place that me and my wife would like to go hang out and stuff. It was really awesome. But we had to leave all that behind. And my money just was really good over there. It didn't matter what you throw in your basket, for groceries or anything like that, because it's like 41 hryvnias the dollar now. But when I was there, it was like 26, 27, and that was still pretty good. So it's really equivalent to like having $4 for every dollar that you're spending. You spend it's like you have $4 in your pocket, but you're only spending one for what you're spending here in America. So it was really kind of nice. And when you get to Poland, it was like 2 to 1, 3 to 1 sometimes. Poland was at the market, but Poland is getting very valuable now. So it's probably going to be, one of the more expensive countries in the world here pretty soon because they're the conduits of the war and everything that's going on, and they're growing. As a matter of fact, we just stood up a couple bases there in Poland for the first time, because we had like posts there and everything. You'd go there for 6 months and whatnot, but now legitimate bases. And I lived right next to one, so it was cool when I had to do my deers. It was like 50 meters from my house as the bird flies, but I'd have to walk down the street and in this gate. It was like 150, 160 meters, but it wasn't that bad. So just a lot of cool adventures, and you really don't need a car there. So if you ever fly into Poland, you can just be like, "Hey, I don't need to rent a car. I'm just going to take the bus everywhere." And everything's just super affordable. But we lived in Poznan, Poland, for a while, and just a great place. A lot of really cool things, a lot of cool history, just some really awesome opportunities and easy lifestyle. It's a little bit slower than things here, but yeah, I don't know, man. It was cool. It was cool. And what was interesting about it too is no matter where you are in the world, if you put your phone on airplane mode, you do not need to use your phone to call people. They can call you as long as you're connected to the internet. Internet calling goes through, and so my phone is my planetary number. I have it listed. If you get an email from me, it says planetary number, because now I know, I don't need to worry about. Every once in a while, you don't have the internet to survive by, so you have to turn it on. But Verizon gave me like I don't know, 8 days. Every so often you get a free day that adds up, and so instead of paying $10 for the day, you just get it for free, and it's like, oh, you got 7 more days to go, and I'm like, okay, cool. I probably won't need them, but it was just cool. I don't know. I just really found some really good opportunities and some cool things to deal with over there, for sure.
Nice.
So I did everything I do now, everything that I did before. I talked to all my combat vets across, social media, Zoom. I did my Zoom groups, and I was able to do everything that I do now. Went into meetings, and granted, I had to wake up at 4:30 in the morning to do a 7:30 at night, meeting, but it was like, I was like, damn, this is living over here is like being in the military again. 4:30 in the morning, man. 4:30, wake up, drive to Camp Pendleton. It was just the way it went. So
Yeah,
it's cool.
old habits are hard to break, huh? All right, man. Well, guys, come on. We got talk to us. Come on, guys. I see Tanner commented on there. He says he'll be seeing you guys there, and he says I got the joke, bird dog. Haha. I don't know what did I lose? Did I miss something?
Yeah, yeah. This stuff flies over your head all the time.
Yeah, I know. Wow. Age is getting to me, man. Leave me alone.
It's all good.
Dementia's kicking in. Damn TBI.
Well, I was talking a little bit earlier about trust and all that, but
Yeah, no, go, Phil. Let's go with that, man. Let's go with it, man.
so like it kind of goes both ways, right? Like I tend to trust people way too fast and or way too quickly and too much. But then it goes the opposite way, right? Like um you kind of consider like your relationship with people, and if you have somebody you consider like borderline like family, and then they start questioning your loyalty, and it's sort of like, seriously? I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things. I'm like, um I suppose I should be okay with like, all right, I understand based on history of some people like have their life, they haven't been able to trust people and stuff like that, but it still sort of stings when somebody like questions like that you're actually loyal to somebody who's borderline like family to you.
Okay. Well, I was about ready to ask you what did I do wrong? No, man, I agree with you on that one, man. Trust is that's a fun that's that's a characteristic trait that it's either hard to come by or it's easy to go by. You know, it's that I'm with you too, Sean. I agree with you on that. I think I'm the same way. I trust in people too easily until they give me a reason not to trust
Right.
them, and even people I don't even know when they start questioning, because you trust everybody is I guess as far as you can throw them, people you don't really know really on the personal side. Um, but when they start questioning things, yeah, that's a sting, man. That that stings, man. You know.
Yeah, I think when we serve next to a bunch of guys that we trust wholeheartedly because we have to. And we've been in experiences like that, and we kind of like want to have that trust. And when that trust comes back to us, and sometimes we get in a fight with like they're almost like family members, but there's some things they say that just kind of like take you back and makes you kind of rethink, what did I do to deserve this kind of comment or this kind of thought process? Or, some people will have maybe some jealousy or some frustration to the way you conduct yourself or conduct business or talk to other people or even take care of yourself. I went out with my guys and they're like, hey, Chief, you're always telling us to take care of ourselves, but dude, you gained some weight and, you got this hernia that you always got to deal with. And, what are you doing to do anything about that? So I got called out on that. And it took me a minute to kind of realize like, hey, I have to adjust myself a little bit too. But, I also ended up in some areas where words were said and things were said. And then situations can make it look like you're not to be trusted, but it has nothing to do with you necessarily, but it has something to do with perception and different things of that nature. And it's always, I take it with a grain of salt. I always try to, try not to take it personal, but to try to figure out what can I do to improve my situation over me, because that's what I have control over. And
Right.
try to have a decent conversation with those that I love and care about. I care about a lot of people, and I am very trusting, really quick to myself. And I think that's something that we as Americans deal with too. And I want to say, being away from America, I learned a lot more about America than being here in America.
Yeah.
And to see, the way that Russia trusts neighbors who tell on them they're going to go to jail, right? So they don't tell too much, they don't talk too much. Ukraine's kind of like that because they were part of USSR back in the day, but they're starting to break into that more trustworthy kind of conversation wise. But they still don't say hi to each other on the street. They still don't talk to anybody outside of their circle, and but they're getting there. And
Yeah.
I think we as Americans, we have this great trusting spirit, and even more so as veterans that trust like family members, and that we served in the same area. I think it's sometimes to our own expectations shattered sometimes.
I think with us,
but we still try.
I think with us veterans though, with our trust, we get I like to call it thick skin, because I have thick skin. You might make a comment to me in a conversation, and it's like, it plays along with that trust and questioning, like Bird Dog was talking, and like you were saying, Chief, that but you might piss me off at the moment, but 5 minutes afterwards, we're still brothers. I still have that trust, but I still have that thick skin to be able to hear what you got to say. Because to me, you call me an old tyrant, whatever you want to call me, I served when Christ was wearing sandals and shit. But the point is, I know it's coming from love, especially from a veteran or first responder. Whatever they got to say, regardless if I want to hear it or not, I have that thick enough skin, and I trust, like everybody in this room. I trust everybody in this room to tell me the truth, regardless if I want to hear it or not. So I think as veterans and first responders, we're just a different breed when it comes to that trusting. It's like you were saying, family member, Sean. I mean, that I think that's on a different realm of trust.
Well,
Am I right or wrong?
oh yeah, definitely. And this actually just made me think of, like, 2020, when the pandemic happened. That's when my life kind of got turned upside down a little bit, but I got heavily involved into the nonprofit, veteran service organization, the veteran community that I didn't even know existed, really, until that happened. And I was like, I literally had it in my head that I was going to start a nonprofit to support military and veterans. I had no clue back then. And when I started doing the research to figure out, like, hey, what are the needs? What are the challenges? What is the competition? Is there even competition in the nonprofit space? Wow, was I naive. I got to learn education really quickly that, that there's, you don't necessarily can. You think not your fellow veterans, you should be able to trust implicitly with everything. You put exactly what you said, Chief. You're ready to lay down your life for that, somebody next to you. But I've had to learn to kind of measure my level of trust on the outside, because it's not quite the same.
Definitely.
Yeah.
I definitely like what you're saying there, Bird Dog. Is good stuff. As I get off, I'm gonna go do a walk with family. So, but it's great to hang out with you guys and get some time. I'd like to make it in here when I can. I know sometimes my life is flashing in front of me so fast that I'm like, oh wow, I can jump in here. But if you told me yesterday that there might be this thing, I might miss it. But at the same time, if I can make it, I'll make it. But I appreciate you guys.
I'll send you a message, Chief. I'll send you reminders, Chief.
Hey, Scotty, that'd be great. Hey, if you do it on the Warrior group, that'd be really cool.
Okay, I
sent
can do that.
Yeah, it'd be really great. But I appreciate you guys. Until next time, strength and honor. Out.
All right. Hold the line, Chief. Hold the line. Well, that was good to have Chief on, man. He's a good guy, man. I like that guy. For you guys that don't know, he's got a Facebook group called Warrior Group. It's nothing but a bunch of other different nonprofit, veteran nonprofit organizations and everything. Everybody's just out there to support each other. You know, they put out a lot of information. You know, I'm part of the group. I get like I'll get his DM for his Zoom call for tomorrow night. You know, they host a Zoom call every Tuesday night. You know, it's almost like what we do here, a weekly buddy check-in. You know, he checks in with all the different veterans that show up. Other nonprofit organizations come in also. He mentioned another nonprofit that he's working with earlier when he was on. I forget the name of it. But anyways, but that's what he does. He's got a lot of good information. He helps out a lot of veterans too, guys. So check him out, man. He's a good guy, man. I welcome to come in every night. He was a Navy. I mean, he was a Navy corpsman, but like he said, he spent more time with the Marines than anything else, so he knows more about the Marines than he does the Navy. So I guess you can call him a devil dog, adopted double dog.
We actually, at that reunion that we have every year, the weapons platoon, their corpsman comes every year.
Nice,
Yeah.
nice. That's good. You're not too talkative tonight, Ray.
I'm just doing my checks, getting myself ready before I close my eyes. You know,
Oh, okay.
8 a.m. is gonna be woo. That's the first time that I'm gonna have to leave my house this early in a very long time.
Yeah. I actually, guys, I didn't anticipate us having a big audience tonight due to the fact being Labor Day. So I'll be honest with you. I was telling Bruno in the beginning, I said, maybe we'll cut it short tonight. I just don't know how many participants we'll get tonight. We had a few people. Tanner commented, so I guess Tanner's going to see you guys at the golf outing.
Dick, I don't really know too much about what's going on there. I wish I would have been able to make it during the day, but I'm gonna pop in. You know,
I wish I could have been there too, because I heard you're going to be a guest speaker.
yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna say, but you know, I feel like I have to work on something. Like, hey guys, have fun golfing. Get any baskets?
Yeah. Yeah, I wanted to come up for that golf outing too, so you know, because I wanted to play golf and stuff. But
I've never played golf once in my life. I've gone to a driving range. You know, my understanding of golf is it's more drinking focused, depending on which group you're with.
Yeah.
And just like, you know, time to hang out, chill.
yeah, it's just guys going out having a good time, blowing off some steam, hit some golf balls, you know. Have a few drinks if you drink. If you don't, you know, drink chocolate milk. You know, I keep watching the mailman, Ray. I keep watching the mailman.
Dude, I know. Trust me, man, it's
I'm just shaking your chain, brother.
heavy. It's heavy on the soul.
Yeah.
Like you said a while ago, you were gonna send this out. You're a dirtbag.
So you're gonna come down to Florida, man?
Absolutely, bro. Like, I think I'm gonna try to stretch this college thing out for a while, man, and milk it for everything that's worth. Because like having the summers off and like the winter breaks, like, you know, all the little holidays and whatnot, and like it's nice to just kind of chill a little bit after going so hard for so many years, you know. And
Yeah, I hear you.
So I think I've landed on I mean, this is gonna sound totally nuts, but neuroscience and behavior, I think, is what I'm gonna focus on in my undergrad.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna try to do as many different little internships and research things that I can.
Yeah.
And then probably focus on research psychology and more so like alternative medicines and like psychedelics and shit like that. And
Nice. I'll tell you what, man. Let's plan this like next summer. Come down. That'd be the best time to come.
like
I can take you.
early summer, right? Like 'cause Florida's only got 2 seasons, man. I've heard it's summer and it's hell.
Hell. You want to come down to hell? Yeah, but give it some time for the water to get warm and stuff.
Okay, all right.
Would you
Like,
do you have to actually go to college for that stuff though? I mean, I'm seriously like, can't we just wasn't that like the 70s?
What?
Studying psychedelics and
I mean,
Dude,
I've been doing it for like over a decade, but like,
dude, I heard they got some mushrooms out there that help with PTSD and TBI, man.
dude, it's more than just that. It's like the MDMA stuff, it's the psilocybin, it's the ayahuasca, it's peyote. There's so many different things, and it's like, what do you mean? Prozac isn't the answer. Like, yeah, duh. It's not the answer all the time.
Right.
Like time and a place, but like, I don't know. There's also like without getting too conspiracy, it's there's some agendas at play. People are fresh off the shit.
What is ketamine? Ketamine?
I mean, that's a sedative or tranquilizer, but that also like you can,
Well, Special K.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it that way.
I mean, because
I would go.
we just had we just had a person comment that are on ketamine for their treatment for resistance depression, and it's prescribed through the VA.
Yeah, that's amazing. And like it should be administered like in a semi-medical setting, where you have people watching you for that. That's my understanding of it.
Yeah.
But really great that that's now what the VA is doing, right?
Yeah, because the VA doesn't give you any type of narcotics or anything like that. Have to go. She's saying that they're saying that they have to go to the clinic 2 hours, 2 times a week.
Consistently?
From my understanding.
I mean that kind of blows. Like, there's no like close.
You want to take
Community care.
pills?
Well, I mean, come on, man. That's it's like the VA, dude, I could take my phone into my bathroom and show you my cabinet, nothing but pills from the VA for all my shit. And I go through a primary doctor in the community through community care, and she's like, "What the heck are you taking all these pills for?" It's like, well, this is for this is for that, and she goes, "Do you understand mixing all these pills? What it's doing to you?" I mean, it's like, Christ Almighty! I'm not a doctor. I don't know. I just take the pills that they tell me to take.
I'll share my personal experience with that. Right. So I was taking a couple of different like SSRIs,
Yeah.
like antidepressants.
Yeah.
I'm having like conversations with them. This is when they were like trying to figure out what worked and what didn't, and it was like kind of really infuriating. Because I spent like 3 months just like completely blunted.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hey, doc, there's like there's sexual side effects there. She's like, oh, we can give you pills for that too. And I'm like, no, like I just want my dick to work the way it's supposed to. Like, what's going on here? Like, I don't want to take more pills, like it's silly. And you have healthcare being ran like a post office, and there are people that mean well, but it's also fucked up that this person's got to go twice a week for 2 hours to go get a treatment that there's probably a local practitioner.
Well, it's through community care. They're going through the community care doctor, so they don't have to go all the way to the VA clinic.
Got it. But still, that's kind of an unreasonable commute twice a week.
Yeah, I agree. And they're saying Wednesday would be their 5th treatment, and they got to do it for 8 weeks.
Wow.
I would say stick with it. It sucks that you're dealing with it now, but I'm sure you're seeing the benefits to it. Whoever it is.
I can't get a job because of the treatments and well, the academy, so I won't pass a drug test. The only thing, I hate that. I don't know what disability percentage they're at. This person that's commenting. But I will say this for any veteran that's out there, they're at 80%. I'll tell you what, if I don't know how old you are and everything else, but I'm telling you, if you're a disabled veteran, we can thank our previous president for this. But if you're a disabled veteran, if you got a certain percentage already, you can also collect Social Security disability based upon the symptoms and treatments that you have. You don't have to do. Like she's saying that she can't pass a drug test because of it. She should be on also Social Security disability. I mean, if her depression is that bad, unfortunately, it is what it is. That some people don't understand what us veterans have to deal with. Oh, excuse me. He's a he. I apologize for that. Not a problem. I apologize for that.
Damn.
I'm just assuming because it looked like a female's name. He says, I need to find out how to get on Social Security. Oh, okay. I'll tell you the easiest way to do it is make sure you got copies or the digital download off of your e-benefits out of the VA for your medical record showing that all this depression, you got it all medical just documented. Go to Social Security, go to the Social Security website, fill out the Social Security disability form. You'll have a link where you can drop all copies of these files in. You should get an answer within 45 days because you're 80% disability with the VA on. I'll tell you how fast I got an answer back in 21 days on my Social Security disability. So, yeah. Yeah, I want to eat the chicken. All right, totally do. Sorry about that. That was my wife to let me know the chicken was done. And okay, I'm just gonna put it out here to you. If you have any questions, this individual that's talking about the Social Security disability, if you got a pen and paper handy, just give me thumbs up, and I'm gonna give you an email address that you could email us at, and I can help you through the process, and everything else. So just give me a thumbs up on a response, or tell me you're good to go with a pen and paper, and I'll give you my email. Okay, here we go. My email is as follows. Of course, it's all lowercase. cyber.command at projectrefit.us. I'll say again, cyber.command at projectrefit.us. Drop me an email. If you have any questions, I'll try to help you out, brother. So what else is going on, guys? You got it, brother. That's correct. Anybody got anything? Oh, I do got one thing. Sean, how you doing, brother? How's your partner that's in the hospital?
Yeah, he just got moved to he got moved back to the rehab facility that he was at.
Is that
And
progress? Is that good?
no, I mean it's just a different environment. He's terminal, I talked to his brother yesterday because my buddy has in his mind that he's gonna go home. I hope he doesn't watch this. But his brother said, he see that it's going to happen, because unless they can have like a nurse that would be there, 24 hours to help him get up to go to the bathroom or change his bag or whatever, it's not going to happen.
Sorry to hear that,
So
Sean.
he's unfortunately he's probably going to pass in an institution. I mean, it is good to see him. He's accepted it. He actually even got one of his friends to start a Facebook Deadpool page where friends and family can pay $5 and try to guess when he's going to die.
Oh,
Um,
is that he
that's
set
that's
that
just that's just the humor that he has, and in his mind, he just wants to be able to give something to somebody one more time, even in his passing,
up? Okay.
So I paid $10, but I ain't guessing a date, I'm
That would be
like,
hard to do.
yeah. So, but I mean, it is what it is. I mean, it's tough to see him. The other day, I went to go see him in the hospital, and his daughter came to see him. I'm trying to actually get her to come out to a fireside chat or something. She's a Navy vet, and she's got some issues. She had some dependency issues, but it was when she was there with her kids, which are his grandkids, he basically mustered up like all his energy, to be in good spirits for the grandkids and all. And because then once they left, you could see, he was exhausted, and he just, he's tired of being in pain. He's on a constant Dilaudid drip that he gets a boost like every 5 hours now of some extra stuff to take the pain away. So then his brother asked me, if I'd be willing to break the news to their mom when he passes, because the brother said he can't do it. I said, yeah, I'll talk to her. I'll let her know.
That's a
So
that's a heavy burden you've taken on, and I commend you and major respect, Sean.
yeah, I mean, it's gonna be tough. I mean, she'll know what news I'm there to bring before I even get a word out, because there's no way I'll be able to really keep it together, but
Yeah,
somebody's got to tell her,
yeah,
So,
understandable. And wow, that's a major step, brother.
yeah, I think it was last week I had a therapy appointment. I dropped from every other week to once a month. And I was gonna kind of get into some negative things with her, but I mean, I'm lucky that my Tennessee trip was able to kind of hit a spot in me that I haven't been able to find in a long time, that when I'm down, I think about an evening sitting on the porch at that house that I stayed at, where everything else was gone. It was just tree frogs and cicadas,
Good memory,
And
man. Good memory.
yeah, it was, none of the things that irritate me, Jesus, it won't be long before I actually get in a fight with somebody driving down Route 55.
Gina's still calling you?
No, she did the week, and I told her, I said, I really appreciate it. But, it was funny. There's this guy that he's a wildcat. He's got a YouTube channel. He's an artist. And he actually just did a video today about people who stay in the left lane, and how like driving instructors really need to let them people know the left lane is not for hanging out in. You know, I think some of the old fashioned driver, I clues, tips, I don't know. Like, I'll ask around here. If I'm driving behind you on the road and we're on a 2-lane, you know, we'll say 4-lane highway, two going each way, and I quickly hit my high beams a couple times. Does anybody know what that means?
Get out of the way.
Yeah, yeah. You know,
Well, see,
people have
here,
brake checked me because I did it, or they flipped me to bird, and I'm like, listen, motherfucker, you're the one that, like, cars keep going in the right lane to pass, and you're leaving enough space so get the fuck out of the way. You know?
actually, here in the state of Florida, if you're traveling in the left lane, you can, I mean, if you just stay there and you're causing a traffic jam behind you, like if you got two cars behind you and you're not getting over,
Right.
the sheriff's here, they'll pull you over and give you a ticket for impeding
Well,
traffic.
it's supposed to be a ticketable offense, but you know.
It's a law in actually most states.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you
it's-
get these people that travel to say that I'm just going to stay in the left lane and say, ha ha, let me see how many people I can piss off today. You know?
Yeah.
There was a dude in a
say-
Bentley, and like I kept flashing him. And finally, like, I pulled into the right lane, got next to him, and I'm like, dude, like, I rolled my window down. I'm like, dude, move the fuck over. And he's like making gestures like, I'm waiting for other people. Meantime, like, two tractor trailers cut in and went ahead of him, you know, and every time somebody else went, he'd back off even further. And it's like, dude, just get the fuck out of the way. Then I thought he was actually following me to where I was going. And I was like, all right, you know, how's this gonna play out? You know?
My road rage is too bad. I've learned over the past 3 years that my road rage is really bad. You know, because they're like, people say, well, I'm going to stay in the left lane. You're speeding. Well, guess what? You're not a fucking sheriff. If I'm
Yeah, it doesn't
speeding,
matter if I'm speeding. I'm still I'm passing.
but if I'm speeding or passing or speeding and I continue to maintain that speed, let a sheriff give me a ticket. Who the heck?
Right.
What are these part-time freaking road sheriffs?
I'd say if I could give up the steering wheel and be a passenger, I probably would just turn my license in. I mean, I say that I'm probably going to get in a fight. I doubt it. I probably would just like freak out, start cussing, and then the dude will be like, fuck, this dude's crazy. I ain't fucking doing shit, you know?
Yeah,
Either that or I'll get shot, you know?
I got road rage. One time I was out with my buddies and we were actually going to the gun range and I was driving. My road rage got bad. This guy wouldn't get over, man, the left lane. He was just causing a major traffic. He would get up beside the car in the right lane and just stay there, same speed, and just cause a traffic jam. And I started, and I could just feel my anger, my rage start going. And the guy finally sped up enough, got in front of the other car, sped up a little bit, and made a right turn. I followed that guy. And my buddies were like, where are we going? This ain't going to the gun range. I said, I'm going to throat punch this fucker. They're like, dude, pull over. You're driving. No more with us. So I'm no longer allowed to drive with my buddies.
I pride myself on being a courteous driver. You know, I try to always look ahead, see what's, you know,
get over when
just
someone's
be
going faster
aware,
than you.
you know. I'm not one of them dickheads who you pull up to an intersection and it's 2 lanes going straight, but as soon as you get through the traffic light, like the right lane merges into the left lane. Like, I'm not that dickhead that gets in the right lane and then drag races somebody just to get ahead of them, you know? And so, you know, that irritates me when people do that. Traffic is just like, I want to punch a motherfucker every time I'm driving through a parking lot. And they can't drive. It seems like whatever driving school they went to, the instructor said, you see those lines? Those aren't parking spaces. You have to cross over several rows of those to get where you're going. You know, like, is it really that fucking hard to make a 90-degree turn and go where you're supposed to go? You know?
Yeah. I'm the type of guy when I'm driving, if I'm in the left lane, someone's going faster than me, I'll get over. I'm even the type of guy, if I'm in the right lane and I got a semi truck moving faster than me, I'll pull over to the left lane, let that trucker keep going straight instead of have to go around me.
Right.
Because, based upon his load, and then I'll get back over as soon as he's finished passing me. That's the type of driver I am.
If I'm in a line on the left side and somebody comes up and they're like on my ass, as soon as I'll get into the right lane just to let them get by me and everything,
Yeah, I even let merging traffic on. Like if I'm in the right lane and I see someone fixing want to get out in the traffic,
right.
if I can get over to the left lane, I'll get over to the left lane so that person can get in too.
Right.
Try to be courtesy, but
yeah,
no, not these freaking slap nuts today, man. They're like
everybody
just
is
screw
just
you.
insane on the road, man.
I mean, especially during commute traffic, like going to work, coming back from work. You get those Sunday drivers out there, we just cause a traffic jam, and they wonder why there's so many accidents. I don't know.
Yeah.
Road rage. Harry, I'm getting road rage just talking about it.
I'm gonna change gears. So I used to actually I've been in incidents where I've literally driven people off the road and actually put hands on them. Vehicles came into contact. So last night I got this wonderful idea that I'm gonna go out for frozen yogurt at 11 p.m. And I live in New York City, so there's always traffic. There's always nonsense. So I'm parked at the frozen yogurt place, and I go to get into my truck, and there's a Range Rover that's got limo tint, you can't see through these windows at all. The guy actually backs up so that I can open my door and get in my truck. And now I'm trying to pull into traffic. It's a 2-lane road, right? So you have opposing traffic, and then there's cars parked on either side of the road. I can't see through this vehicle. I can't see around this vehicle. I have to just gauge off of where headlights are for people coming around him. So I'm inching in really, really slow, really, really slow. This jackass comes flying up with an Explorer, and veins are popping out of his neck. He's giving me the finger. He's beeping his horn. He's laying on his horn. And normally I would just get upset and I would, probably just park my car sideways and go up to his window and probably punch him in the face. But I restrained myself, and I just pulled out into the road, continued on my path of movement, and pulled over, and then allowed him the opportunity to pass me. And I have this wonderful feature on my 4Runner, where I have the laser beam of God on the ditch of my hood, and I just got behind him and I just lit him up with the lights, and that was it.
You said you live in New York?
New York City.
Remember, we are live.
God bless you.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was a joking Facebook and all that, but if I was that would be the first city I took out. I probably would leave the rest of America alone. New York, it blows my mind how people coexist there. Because and you could tell you're not a true New Yorker because you don't have the accent. But it's like a competition for everybody to be a bigger fucking asshole in that city. I swear to God.
Yeah.
San Francisco.
I'm originally from Schenectady, New York. There, right?
Okay. All right. Upstate boy.
Yeah, upstate boy.
Okay.
I also went to PS1.
Real New Yorker.
Huh?
I said a real New Yorker because New York City just fucks it up for everybody.
Yeah, I lived on Governor's Island for 4 years, and I went to PS 104
Governor's Island.
down in Manhattan.
Is that where the tram is by the 59th Street Bridge? Is it Governor's?
Yeah, right across from the Statue of Liberty, man.
Wait, no, dude, that's where the FDNY does all their shit. No,
it's the Coast Guard base right there, Governor's Island.
Oh shit! Yeah,
yeah. I lived.
I'm thinking of Roosevelt Island, and I'm like, that used to be an insane asylum, bro. You all right?
No, I lived on Governor's Island, man. My dad was stationed there. I used to take the ferry and go up to upstate in downtown New York, up to PS 104, go to school, man.
Hell yeah, that's pretty good.
Upstate though is a beautiful area.
Oh yeah, Schenectady.
Yeah,
Yeah, my
yeah.
actually, I have my family's history. My family originally founded Schenectady, New York.
You got like what is it? You got founders' rights.
Yeah, I got the whole history. I got a whole book. It's like freaking this thick, man, on the whole history of it, of my family and everything up there.
That's cool.
My grandfather was the CEO of General Electric there, that used to General Electric plant in Schenectady, New York, that used to be the plant where they made the locomotive engines during the war. Yeah, it's pretty cool history, man.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
My last trip up that way was to drop my mother-in-law and her friends off, and then to pick them up for a cruise.
Yeah. And actually,
I couldn't get out of New York fast enough.
you know,
Goodness
where
gracious.
upstate New York, you know where the Schoharie Creek is, Ray?
No.
Well, we have a cabin up there.
The Schoharie Creek.
Yep, the Schoharie Creek, upstate New York.
You know what's crazy is I probably can figure out how that's spelled.
Don't ask me how to spell it. Yeah, my family has a cabin up there.
Oh my God, you'd never guess how to spell it. Schoharie, and it's creek. You're not from the South. It's not a crick.
Well,
Creek.
I will say this, all right? New York City sucks big time. But there's a lot of American Revolutionary history. There's a lot of all kinds of shit going on. Like,
oh yeah,
this was George Washington's fucking place, man. The first naval battle of the American Revolution took place in Red Hook, Brooklyn.
Yep.
Ray, if you like all that stuff, man, you gotta get down to Philly. Do some.
All right, guys. I'm gonna make our closing announcements, and then we're gonna go ahead and take us off live, and then we can finish up our little chit chat if you guys want to continue. So if you are watching us on Facebook or any one of our live platforms, social medias, please go over to projectrefit.us. Check a look at the programs we offer our veterans, first responders, and their families. Please hit that little blue button at the top right-hand corner. Become a monthly donor. Donating $25 or more on a monthly donation. Excuse me. You'll get a dog tag hung into our mobile command base. And if you want to be part of our Refit family, or if you have any questions, or you want to participate in any of the events that Project Refit's involved in, hit that little blue button down at the bottom right-hand corner. Hit the chat button. Open up that lines of communication. We'll be more than happy to discuss with you. And once again, my name is Scotty. This was your weekly buddy check-in. We'll see you next Monday night. Guys, appreciate it. Oh, wait a minute. Bruno, you got to give me back the host.
Do.
Yeah, Bruno's going to give me back the host.
I guess you gotta live in New York though, Ray, to understand. Like it befuddled me. Like seeing people jogging and riding bicycles and everything. I couldn't. I just